Hello everyone, welcome back to a reaction video. Today, we have the release date trailer for Bendy Lone Wolf. Now, for those who are unaware, this is a game that was, it was originally Boris and the Dark Survival, but they've planned to revamp it, add like a whole bunch of new stuff to the game, and making it like a whole lot better. So, and we'll have actually have a proper story to that, and a whole bunch of new stuff, and I reacted to the first trailer where they just announced it pretty much, and this is going to be the reaction. This is the my reaction of the release date. So hopefully there's some new stuff in here that we might be able to break down, have a look at, but we'll see how it goes. All right, ready everyone? 3, 2, 1, hit play. Okay, got the Bendy logo. Ooh.
This is the tale of Boris.
Ooh.
And his terrifying world. To survive, he'll need a plan. And
yes,
a
plan.
Lot of luck. Here's the rundown. First, you'll need supplies.
Ooh, figurine. Ooh.
Gears, spoons, canned soup.
Yep,
only
supplies,
the essentials. Then you must find the special items that are hidden away. Elevator parts, electrical fuses.
Yep, we can turn the camera now, remember that.
Perhaps even a bit of music. Search inside everything. Yes, everything.
Yes, we have to search the toilets in the last game.
Your journey won't go
Sammy.
unnoticed.
Yes, the
a bit of skill
arcade-looking area. Find some searches.
with a frying pan.
Yes,
For
frying
guarding
pan.
the endless
the
halls
widows.
of the studio are monsters, creatures,
I saw
deadly
Robot
gadgets,
Bendy.
and slicing traps.
Lots of traps.
But worst of all,
Don't know what those camera
is
things
the
are.
ink demon.
Ooh, the ink demon. I like these figurines.
Are you ready? Let
Yep.
the dark survival
The Dark
begin.
Survival. Wow, that's a that's a callback. Yes, Bendy Lone Wolf.
Coming August
15. Wow. Okay, that's actually not that far away. It's like a month and a half. All right. Wow, that was interesting. All right, I'm gonna. That was a pretty good looking trailer. I'm just gonna go pause at some moments to talk about some key moments that I saw from the trailer. Okay, starting things off, we have this map, which is a pretty standard doodle in the world of Bendy. However, it's not the map that I'm looking at, it's around the map. Like, look at the cans. They look weirdly metallic. Like, this is the real world. We are looking at the real world and looking down at a piece of paper that's like more like in the cycle style, but everything else, like that's like an aluminium can. I can't speak, but you can see it looks metal. It looks like a silver, a grey color compared to the usual yellows and blacks that we're used to with in the world of the cycle. So that's interesting. Does that mean something in the world? Who knows? Now, the narration says that your actions won't go unnoticed, or something similar to that, and it shows Sammy. Now, Sammy was in Boris and the Dark Survival, and he is in Bendy and the Dark Revival. However, he was a playable character then, like in Dark Survival, and he was a captured prisoner in Dark Revival. So, I don't know, is he gonna be an antagonist in this game, or is he gonna be a playable character like he was originally? But we lived to see that happen. Now, we saw a similar shot like this in the original trailer, where it's like an arcade area. There's like a whack-a-mole thing, it says Kingpin Lanes, there's plushies lining the middle of the room. So I think this is like an arcade area, and it has a sign in the back that reads Piedmont Amusement. Now, Bertram Piedmont was the one who made Bendy Land in the original Ink Machine game. However, what I don't know, is this like part of the hub world? Because in Boris and the Dark Survival, we had the safe house, which had like some extending rooms that told you, hey, you have this many collectibles left of this certain type. And I want to know, is this like part of it? Because he's not holding a weapon. And we do learn that Boris wields a frying pan in this game, but he's not wielding a weapon at the moment. So this might just be part of the hub world, and he can return to this place and safely play the games. Speaking of the frying pan, This seems to be Boris's default weapon, or a weapon that he will come across more likely than others, because we do see him wielding what looks like a mallet, like some sort of hammer. But he might be able to swap out weapons for better ones, and this is just the default and what he has to rely on for the majority of the game, or just like until he finds a better weapon. That's how I think this game's going to play out. But it's honestly going to be fun whacking enemies with a frying pan. Now, this is the best shot that I could get of the Bendy animatronic, because it was just flashing by so quick and motion blur gets in the way. But we have seen this guy before. He was in Chapter 4 of Bendy and the Ink Machine. He was just lying there on the table unactivated, but now he seems to be active. He looks different, which goes for many of the characters in this game, but and he's up and moving about. He's missing an arm though, because Tom took that. I do remember that. We also saw a Boris animatronic in the last trailer we reacted to. So these might be some sort of antagonist, some boss that Boris may come across, just like these Bendy and Boris animatronics. There might be an Alice one if we're lucky. But yeah, these seem to be either mini boss fights or just an enemy that can be patrolling in certain parts of the studio. But we'll have to find out when the game comes out. We've also seen these things before in the previous trailer. They look like turrets or cameras. I'm not sure what they are. If they're cameras, then they're probably just things that will alert various enemies to our location. If they're turrets, I'm thinking of things like in TF2 with the Engineer, or the turrets from the Portal series, where they might be able to if they see us, they shoot at us and deal us damage. I'm not entirely sure why these are a thing. They're probably some gent invention, like majority of the things in this game, but it's just there. It's hard to see in the lighting, but it looks like either a gun turret or some camera, some motion sensor of some kind. Now, not only does this shot go really hard, it's confirming that it is this Ink Demon that we're facing. It's not Ink Bendy. People have been confusing the two, because Ink Bendy is from Bendy and the Ink Machine. The Ink Demon, which is what we're seeing here, is the evolved version of him once the cycle was frozen in place. Because my theory is that this game takes place in parallel to Bendy and the Dark Revival, because we do see Boris just roaming around in specific areas, and it makes me think, okay, he's off on his adventure, looking for his supplies and that, evading the Ink Demon, and while we were Audrey, just going on our adventure. So it looks like we'll be in Boris's perspective of what was going on in the studio while Audrey was trying to fix the place. But this game's gonna be fun. I am really excited for it. But yes, we have a confirmed release date, August 15th, releasing on Steam, Xbox One, Xbox S and X, Nintendo Switch, PS4, PS5. Don't know about Switch 2, it doesn't say that. And I believe we're also getting mobile ports. Now, for the people who have it on Steam, we get to keep the original copy of Boris and the Dark Survival, which is good, because I do have a 100% saved file that I want to keep. But we also get a free copy of Bendy Lone Wolf, which, only if we have bought Boris and the Dark Survival originally. But for people who are on mobile, I believe they get just a game update, and it just basically revamps everything that the game originally had without allowing to keep the original copy, which is sad for most people. I do know a few people, friends of mine, that have the mobile copy, but if you're on Steam, then you get to keep the original and you get the new game for free. So congrats. But that seems to be it for this trailer. There's not really much else to discuss other than what we already know. In the lead up to the game, I may play Bendy and the Dark Revival, the original, just to refresh my mind, and because I haven't played it for the channel yet. I've played Bendy and the Ink Machine, not Dark Revival. But we'll see how that goes. But yes, save the date, August 15th. We are entering the studio once again as our buddy Wolf. Oh, we absolutely love Boris. But anyway, thank you again, everyone, for watching this video. Hope you all enjoyed the trailer and are looking forward to this game. And we'll see you all next time. Bye-bye, everyone.